welcome Nived and his mom, Jonesna.
Okay.
Did I get it right?
Having us on.
Yes.
You're welcome. Yes,
Yeah,
thank you so very much. As I shared, like, you didn't hesitate saying yes. I'm like, I don't even know if he was around. I know he's still, I mean, he's your child, so you saying yes, that he's coming. So yeah, thank you so very much. Share with us what made you get started with your movement.
So for as long as I can remember, I've always been shocked by the statistics that we see, the statistics that are from ages 10 to 34. Suicide is the second leading cause of death in the United States.
Oh, wow.
And some statistics have found it to be the third leading cause of death for high schoolers. So I was tasked with, as part of a youth program, with finding what are some strategies that we can use to prevent suicide. And a mentor of mine encouraged me to get involved, talk to my district, and eventually I had a meeting with district leaders about how we can implement suicide prevention into the health curriculum, student on student suicide prevention into the health curriculum. And from there, it all got started. It's a topic that I've become incredibly passionate about because it's so preventable.
Right.
We can take it from being the third leading cause of death. Not a problem.
Right.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about your background, how old you are, what school you go to, and you're so well poised, and you have a face like a high school student, but you don't come across as one. So just give our audience, just tell our audience who you are.
Thank you very much. So my name is Nived Lakshman. I'm a senior at Downingtown East High School in Exton, Pennsylvania, near Philly. I'm 17 years old, and I'm heading off to college next year.
Okay, where are you going?
Oh, don't know just yet.
Okay.
Hopefully, like political science, go to law school.
All right.
That's the goal.
Wow.
That's good stuff, man.
Yes.
I'm sure you do well.
Thank you.
And Mom, I know you must be very, very proud of your son.
Yes. We all go through mental health issues, and it's such a stigma, especially among teens. They're confused. They have all these hormones raging, right? So he's incredibly passionate about spreading the teen-on-teen support, which is like empowering and teaching teens to help their friends when they are in crisis, right? So it's all his effort, and we are incredibly proud of him and supportive of it. Yes.
You mentioned before we came on the show, you knew someone that almost experienced committing suicide.
Yeah, so someone very close to our family had very bad mental breakdown publicly. And although the friends around him wanted to help, what they did actually ended up causing to explode a little bit more. And although they meant the best intentions, it kind of showed me that it's important for all of us to understand what the signs are and what we can do when someone around us is experiencing crippling mental fatigue.
Right. What are some of the signs?
So some of the signs that people often have is that when they open up their skin, what happens is they'll have a lot of cuts. And so a lot of times they're trying their best to cover it.
Okay.
And a lot of the people who are experiencing crippling depression are often reserved. They might have been extroverted before, but they're incredibly reserved. So they don't talk much. Sometimes they're very ornery, grouchy, and sometimes they have a lot of, and this is a sign that often goes under the radar, a lot of them have laziness. So so they have an inability to get out of bed in the morning. They have just inability to do work, inability to do anything. And that's not necessarily their fault. It's the fault of depression. Sometimes they're not even in control of their bodies sometimes.
Yeah. So from experience, I can share, and I don't mind sharing this, that I've dealt with depression before, and those were my signs. I didn't want to get out of bed, didn't want to do anything, wanted it dark in the room. So yes.
What are some of the strategies that somebody who just notices some of the symptoms in like a friend or a family member, what should they do? Like, what should we do if we see a child or a parent or a sibling or a friend just kind of experiencing some of those symptoms of depression or being suicidal?
That's a great question. So a lot of the times people kind of brush the symptoms that we see under the rug. And that's something that we really shouldn't do.
Right.
That sometimes when you see the symptoms that are really bad, try talking to them. Are you okay? Like, I'm here for you. If you need something, I'm here for you. Or if they're younger or something, try to get them in contact with someone who is an expert.
Right.
A lot of us aren't. I don't have an EDD, or I don't have a PhD in psychology. I can't know exactly what the signs are, but I can say to someone that although you're feeling alone, you don't need to. I'm here. I'm here to help you. And showing them proper avenues to get help is something that you can do if they're ever in that type of situation.
So you mentioned earlier that I don't know if you were able to do it already, but you are in the process. Maybe it's already being implemented of having this be a part of the health curriculum in your school. Is it in your school, or can you talk about that a little bit more?
Yeah. So I spoke to leaders in my district about ways that we can incorporate student-on-student suicide prevention, which I believe to be the most effective at dealing with it. And I had a lot of positive progress there. They agreed to implement some of the things that I talked about, which are like having direct contact with people who are very close to committing suicide or had someone close to them committing suicide. And with that positive progress, I testified to the School District of Philadelphia about my idea and the plans, how we can utilize some of the systems that we already have in place to create a better suicide prevention system for our students. And stalling a bit there, but I'm hoping we can make positive progress and working with superintendents wherever I can to make positive progress.
How have the people, like the leaders, how have they received the information that you're bringing them? Are they pretty open to it, or they're not really ready to talk about it? Like, what is that? How's that been?
I think surprisingly, and credit to all of the administrators. Every administrator that I've ever talked to is always so supportive, always so willing to do whatever they can to help. And I have to say that the actions that they take are loud. That they don't necessarily say, "Hey, this is a great idea, but I'm not very interested." Right. It's always, "Can you schedule a meeting with me? Can we talk more about this? Let me put you in contact with this person. I want to hear more about this." Every administrator that I've spoken to about this idea is always very open, and I have to give a lot of praise to them for that.
That's good. And I heard that your mom was telling me off air that there's a march or something, a rally coming up.
Yeah. So one of the things that I'm hoping to organize in Harrisburg on October 13th is a March for Teen Life, which is just to bring crucial awareness to these type of problems. We have some national level organizations speaking at this event, and have some politicians who are confirmed to come. Hopefully, not a partisan event, but just to bring at least some awareness. Show to people who are on the brink, hey, there are avenues. You're not alone.
So this is your event that you're organizing?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
I'm hoping, we can put up the information so our viewing audience can attend. And I'm hoping that some of our local politicians will be able to go as well. And maybe we can have you implement a pilot program here in Delaware.
That would be exceptional, and thank you guys for that. I am looking into avenues for ways that we can implement this into legislation, because I don't believe that the idea requires much. I don't believe that this is the type of idea where we need to tear down everything, redo everything, rebuild better. I think this is something that we can plug in, and we can save student lives as a result.
Is there a website, or do you have any contact information that you wanted to share just for people?
Yeah. I have a website. It's neuronestlearning.com. So neuro and then nestlearning.com. And I'm talking about, in that website, I talked about some of the plans and some of the initiatives that I've taken to get this done.
He also conducts symposium. So what we want to do is virtually he wants high school students to learn how to create a suicide prevention symposium in their school.
Okay.
We want teens to talk more about it, not just adults. So it's teen on teen. We want to build that. Like when you have like a talk or a symposium in high school, you're opening up, you're destigmatizing mental health, right?
Yes.
And I believe that Gen Z only can help themselves. Yes, there is support from elders, but this generation has to speak up and support each other. And that's why I would like to invite both of you for the march that is conducting. We want to do that in Harrisburg, in the capital of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Bring awareness. We're calling it March for Teen Life, right? So, yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. Definitely, well, I would definitely put that on my schedule. Harrisburg's not too far from here. I think it's going to
not that far.
Yeah, not that far. It's going to be I think it would be and almost like an investment, for us to go up there and kind of see how everything is and bring it back here, like you said. And
maybe we can incorporate that. And with, I know we didn't do a cleanup, but maybe we can get some youth and take them with us.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah,
wonderful.
We want more teens to come, conduct march in their own, in your own park, speak about it, right? There may be some teen in crisis, right? A simple word of support will stop them. Right?
Yes.
Of course.
All right. Any closing comments of it?
I think that whether you're Republican, Democrat, old, young, Black, white, Indian, Chinese, any ethnicity, any standing in life, I think that if we all unite behind a pragmatic solution to these type of problems, I think that we can eradicate suicide. We can make sure that like lives aren't being taken before they're really started. And I think that all of us can get educated. All of us can learn so that we can help the people around us. I think that the common reaction after a suicide is, I wish I had seen the signs, but I wish that we can all see the signs.
Right. Very good.
All right. Again, this man is 17 years
I
old.
know.
Just doing grown-up things,
I know.
huh?
I love it. I love it.
Definitely, we appreciate you, man. Appreciate your mom.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for having us. And we feel energized by him, right? So I'm here to support. He has our family to support him, but it's his initiative. It's his dream. And even if he goes away to college, I would like to continue with this, with the good work that he has started, right? We cannot lose any more teens.
Right.
I love this. You're already leaving. You're creating a legacy. Yes. So all right. We'll definitely be there.
Lovely.
And we'll definitely have to have you back on again.
I sure hope so.
Okay. All right. Thank you again for coming.
Thank you so much for having me on.
You're welcome.